Now, a vector quantity is a quantity that has both magnitude and direction. A vector quantity is a quantity that is not fully described by stating its magnitude only. Examples of vector quantities, we have force, we have acceleration, we have velocity, we have impulse, and so many of them. Okay, but we shall be using force as an example of vectors in most of our discussion today. And forces are often thought of as a push or a pull. Now, when you talk about a force is either a push or a pull. When you are applying pressure on your decks, it is a force, okay? It is a push. But when you are applying against it, then it is said to be a pull. So force is a good example of vector quantities. Vector quantities are mostly written in capital letters with an arrow. So you'll see something like this, where the beginning is said to be the tip or the tail, and the end is said to be the head. Okay? So when you see any symbol like this, it represents a vector, which is showing you that it's beginning from this point to this point. You may see another, maybe a vector line AB drawn this way. So it's telling you that the origin is said to be at A, while the head, or while B is said to be the destination or the final point. So I said forces are often thought of as a push or a pull. We have a question that says, is 5 Newton force a push or a pull? Now, 5 Newton force can either be a push or a pull, but it is not stated the direction in which it is being applied to. So you cannot say it is neither a push nor a pull, but it can be a push or a pull. Let's see the answer. You can't say, because there's insufficient information. A direction is required before we can describe the force properly. Okay, that's what I said. So force is a vector quantity. Vectors possesses a magnitude and a direction. Both properties are required to describe the vector. So the magnitude must be there and the direction. It should tell you if it is towards the north, towards the south, towards the east or north, or it is north of east or north of west or whatever. Okay, so you must have the magnitude and the direction to tell if such to properly describe a vector. Just like we learned, just like the question said, 5 Newton, is it a push or a pull? The direction was not stated. So the direction will tell you if it is a push or a pull. If it is stated that away from you, then you know that it is a push. If it is stated that it is towards you, 5 Newton towards you, then you know it is a pull. Okay? All right. So there are several vector quantities, including displacement. Displacement is a vector quantity because it talks about the distance and direction from where you started to where you finish. Displacement is said to be a distance in a specified direction. So you may have something like this as 50 kilometer due north. 50 kilometers is the magnitude. Due north is telling you its direction. Also, velocity, like velocity is also a vector quantity. Velocity is said to be a speed in a specified direction, like speed, but in a certain direction. So velocity is equal to displacement divided by time. We also have acceleration as another example of vector quantities, where acceleration is said to be the change in velocity per second. Since velocity is a vector quantity, acceleration, which has to do with velocity, is said to also be what? A vector quantity. They change in acceleration per second in a certain direction because of that velocity. Since velocity is in a specific direction, it also means that acceleration also is to a specific direction. Now, what about force? To move an object or slow it down, a force must be applied to an object in a certain direction. Okay? So if you want the object to move faster, you applied a force. If the object is moving in the same direction as the force, then the force increases its speed. But when it's coming in the opposite direction and the force is applied opposite it, then it decreases its speed. Displacement is a distance and a direction. Example, 170 meters south tells you that it is a direction. It gives you an idea of what it is. This is the tail. So if this is the origin, we have 170 meters due south. Because if you look at the cardinal point, this is north, south, east, and west. So by that being said, you know that this is a vector quantity. Velocity is a speed and a direction. An example of it is 12 meters per second on bearing 55 degrees east of north. If I'm to sketch that, then you have it somewhere here, 55 degrees east of north. Now, this is it. You may decide to represent it as 12 meters per second, which is the magnitude. Then the direction is this, east of north. Okay, east of north is said to be 55 degrees. But when you talk about north of east, then we are referring to this. And this is equal to 35 degrees. For we know that when you add these two angles together, it gives you 90 degrees. So 35 plus 55 degrees is said to be 90 degrees. The term acceleration can refer to a scalar acceleration or an acceleration vector. So far, we have only met scalar acceleration, that is 5 meters per second square. Vector acceleration is a scalar acceleration and a direction. Example, we have 5 meters per second squared to the right. To the right tells us the direction, while 5 meters per second square gives us the magnitude, which is a scalar. That's why I said we talked about scalar acceleration. Now, by you saying to the right, it now makes it a vector acceleration. Treat acceleration as a vector when there is another vector quantity, such as velocity or force, involved in the question. Forces need a size and direction. Example, 300 Newton to the left. Okay, so it has both magnitude and direction. The magnitude in this case is said to be 300 Newton, while the direction is to the left. The relationship between distance, speed, and acceleration can be applied to displacement, velocity, and acceleration. Now, for scalars, average speed can be said to be distance divided by time. Distance divided by time gives us an average speed. An average speed is said to be a scalar quantity because distance is not a vector quantity, time is not a vector quantity. So therefore, remember, when you divide a vector quantity by a scalar quantity by a scalar quantity, it gives you a scalar quantity. So it therefore means that average speed is a scalar quantity. For vectors, average velocity talks about displacement divided by time. Displacement is said to be a distance in a specified direction. So since displacement is a vector quantity dividing a scalar quantity, then invariably average velocity is said to be a vector quantity because of the presence of a vector quantity, which is the displacement. We also know that for vectors, acceleration is said to be change in speed over time. Acceleration, which is change in speed over time, gives you a scalar acceleration, because in here there is no vector. Speed over time, they are all scalars. Okay, so the result is going to be a scalar quantity. But for vector quantity, acceleration, which talks about change in velocity over time, is said to be a vector quantity because velocity is already a vector quantity. So dividing a vector quantity by a scalar quantity gives you a vector quantity. Acceleration can be described as a vector or scalar depending upon how we determine it. In strict physics terms, acceleration is a vector quantity. So note that. Don't misquote me that I said acceleration is not a vector quantity. Acceleration is, in strict physics term, is said to be a vector quantity because acceleration is said to be the change in average velocity over time.